question I gotta ask: is there such thing as a normal Twitter feed, or Instagram feed that ain't got any females with a fat ass, and big tits? Being a single man and going from being in the porn industry, where at least once or twice a month I get a whole weekend of fucking. Now, granted, it was for business, but I digress. To going to not really getting pussy, but once every few months. And then I sit here and interview these beautiful women. Some of them actually flirt with me. Some of them off off camera, you show interest of fucking. But here's the funny part: you live nowhere close to North Carolina, and you're not willing to come to North Carolina, and I ain't got the money to get to you. I was looking at my Twitter feed; it was just depressing as fuck because I'm like, full disclosure, this weekend wasn't the best weekend. Dealing with some stuff with the house, which I didn't know was going on. The air condition is flooding because apparently the water is not being let out or something obstructing the water from going out. So now I can't run the air conditioner. We have to run fans. I went out with my homies and I learned a valuable lesson. And the lesson is money over everything, business over everything. I canceled the show, which I ended up doing the next day, and canceled a second show with with another guy for my Savage Smoke. You know, trying to fill up my subscription side of Spotify since people are subscribing over there. And the interesting thing apart about this business, whether it's porn or podcasting, when at first I wasn't even going to fuck with this Spotify subscription. I was going to let it go. Then people started subscribing, and I was like, well, I guess I got to keep content over there. So y'all are keeping me busy because I'm trying to get this money so me and my people can eat and maybe say fuck everything and be rich, you know. But I went out with my boys to go to A&T and Central's game. One, I don't like going anywhere where I don't have money because I like to be on my own time schedule, my own time clock. When I was ready to go, I couldn't find a ride. He lost. He's in the damn game. And for any of you people that are drinkers, if you ever had Evan Williams 100 proof, imagine you drinking that shot for shot with no food on your stomach. So I was extra drunk. I paid for it the next day. First time in years I actually had something similar to a hangover. I was very upset. But the lesson that I learned is I'm not the same Bob that I was in my 20s. See, I would have enjoyed going out there to the tailgating and just being outside and being around people. But I'm already, what people don't realize, I have social anxiety to begin with. That's one. Part of what helped me maintain was when I got drunk. But see, when that drunk settled in, man, and there's no drunk like an Evan Williams drunk. I ain't had no weed, the whole nine. And I wasn't a happy camper about it. Then today, last night found out that we ain't gonna be able to run the air conditioners on now. I gotta wait for these people to come fix this. So my weekend sucked, you know. And I like being at home. I don't like going out for so much. If I go out, it's to an event or I'm going to hang with a chick and we're going to get some pussy. I would like to travel more next year. I would like to do a lot of things, but it takes money. That's why I envy many of the people in the porn business because they have the ability and the money to travel. I don't give a damn what they have to do to get it. I don't give a damn how hard it was. I don't. You at least get your ass out of your city. You at least to get the opportunity to get out of the state. You get to go to these exoticas and these ex business and be around people like yourself and create camaraderie and network and get some dick and some fucking quality pussy. You know, the hardest part about my business is the same hardest part that I had when I was in porn. was traveling, getting people to come here, possibly come here, or catch them when they do. Half these fuckers won't even come to Raleigh-Durham area. They all think Charlotte. Even though Raleigh-Durham is fucking money for you girls for escort. You know, sometimes I feel that I don't get the respect that I deserve, or not even deserve, that I earned. That's the difference. I don't believe I deserve anything. I feel I have to earn everything. I think I earned the respect. I interviewed many of the top stars. I have created a podcast family network. You know, I'm kind of worried if I did go to a convention. I'd be afraid ain't nobody gonna want to talk to me. But no, it's just because I also noticed that a lot of these motherfuckers that won't talking to porn stars before are now talking to porn stars now. I noticed that my YouTube page is bumped up. I'm right now close to 1,000 subscribers. And I understand. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take forever to get to that 1,000, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm happy to just get 1,000, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna get monetized because I keep getting a fucking strike every 2 minutes. But I found it funny because I saw a dude that had an interview when he did Avery Jane. I interviewed Avery Jane my first fucking year. And I'm sitting there like, it seemed like y'all motherfuckers love to interview porn stars. And I think a lot of it, and then when I sit there and listen to the interview, it sound like me. I'm not even gonna, it sound like me. It's like motherfuckers watch my shit and took my style word for fucking word. Find that interesting. That's why I say I don't get the respect that I've earned. So with that being said, time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. I'm Kevin Officer of a Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/rap star. Y'all know the sponsors. Rod Sizzle Magazine, Blush, Erotica.com, Kiki Candle Company, and Mitchell Ferrari, the Queen of Law. Find me on FullSWATRadio.com. Now, the SGPRadio.com. And the, God damn it, what's the other one? SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com. So, it's Thursday. I missed last Thursday. Man, it's a lot. I sometimes get overwhelmed, people, because I'm a one-man stop. I do everything. I edit, I upload, it's a lot. Sometimes I come home, I don't get to go upstairs to go to the bed until damn near 11, 10 o'clock because I'm doing interviews and editing. I don't get to chill and watch movies as much because look what I'm doing now. This game, if it weren't for the fact that I love podcasting, trust me, would drive me nuts. I know what y'all thinking. Well, he ain't doing nothing but talking, but it's more than that. It's figuring out what to talk about. Also, a lot of times I go into these interviews, I know the questions I want to hit, but I don't know when I'm going to hit them and how I'm going to hit them. I usually base my questioning based off a conversation that I'm having with them. That takes skill. That takes a lot of work, a lot of thought. When I say and listen to a lot of these motherfuckers that do interviews, they just do generic ass interviews. The shit is kind of garbage and boring. You know, because Shannon Sharpe, he's a great interview. He's a good interviewer, but he's not great. But because of the clientele that he gets, we love him. But I love Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is trust and believe his bag is sports. But he does a good job with the interview. I sit back and I watch other podcasters. I watch other podcasts. I see how they move. I try to stay up. I love listening to Joe Budden because he talks about the podcast industry. It's not just Mandy B. I ever heard of Listen Forfine going to have a podcast. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. But podcasting is not an easy trade. And yes, it became a trade. It's not a hobby anymore. And see, what's crazy is who's making the real money in podcasting? Is it the people that we see all the time, or is it people that we don't see? It feels like the only way you make money with podcasting if you with a network or a group. You got you use bots to build up your shit, and especially in the area that I'm in of sexuality, there's not many sponsors, man. Who gonna sponsor me? Because they want sales. I'm still developing my base. Each year it grows, each month it grows. I'm sitting here number one on so many different platforms. Not Apple or Spotify, of course, which is funny. But nonetheless, I'm busting my ass. I got nominated this year. And hope to get nominated again. And I ain't get nominated for any other award, but I at least got nominated again. Hopefully, it happens again. And hopefully I might win it. Now, me being nominated, has it changed anything? No, it might make more people want to come interview. But it hasn't changed anything. It hasn't increased my stock. Maybe winning might. I don't know. But I'll never know unless I win. And honestly, I never really won an award before. You know, be nice to win one. I fought to try to win one in my porn days when I was active, but I didn't have the cachet to get it or to get nominated. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental gymnastics. Trying to figure out what to watch. And it's funny because I sit there when I drop the episodes when I'm by myself. It does numbers, but it don't do as numbers as does interviews. And I understand why. But it does numbers to less, so people want to hear me talk to myself, I guess. You know, yes, I talk about politics. I talk about these episodes. I talk about my most deepest interests, and I talk about what I feel is important to talk about because I don't get to talk about that with these ladies. Some of these ladies don't want to talk about politics. Some of these ladies don't want to talk about sports. Some of these ladies don't want to talk about movies. You know, add to it, I got a network. Trust me, I wasn't looking to get a network, but it happened, and it's going well. But it's the personal life, personal side. I need to get better. From the shit I deal with at my 9 to 5 to stuff at home. It's a lot. It's crazy that you see your career sowing, but it feels like your personal life is really. That's why I hate looking at social media. I despise a lot of you fuckers. I ain't even gonna lie. Look like y'all having all the fun in the world, traveling from here and there and going everywhere. What you gotta realize that when you think you got it hard, somebody wish they were you. Now I know what you're gonna say. Well, Bob, that might pertain to you too, but who the fuck want to be me? I don't get to be in front of the girls face to face. I don't get to meet the girls. I don't get to see the girls. You know how many girls in Canada, North Carolina ain't now want to hit me up and want to do an in-person interview? I don't have a life that's envious. Now, do I want a life that's envious? I want a life. I don't give a fuck if you're envious. I just want a life. I want to do more, see more, go different places. I have not. The furthest I've been off the East Coast is Cleveland, fucking Ohio. Never been to Atlantic City. Never been to Vegas. Never been to California. I've been to Miami. Never been to Tampa. Never been to Jamaica. Never been to England. Never been to Hawaii. I see my girl Lady Boss D, she stayed traveling left and right. See all these girls. And a lot of these girls, yeah, they travel because they're able to get clientele and escorts. Something that most of us men can't do. I ain't built like Dreadway, because a lot of these motherfuckers want to be Adonis for their bull. I'm not an Adonis. I don't have a six pack. I have a pooper. I sit here and sometimes I do question, what did I do wrong in life, or did I go the wrong path, or what have you. Then sometimes, a lot of times, the world come in and remind me, no, nigga, you on the right path. I'm trying to now hit 50. I want to do more with my life past 50. I was talking to one of my homeboys. I said, I want to do something special for 50, whether it's throw a big party. He was like, let's take a trip. But do I really want to go with them niggas on a trip? No, seriously, do I really want to go with my niggas on a trip? I'd rather go with some of these porn motherfuckers than them because I don't think they're going to have as much fun. One of them a deacon. The other one, he gets so fucking drunk, he's uncontrollable. That's a couple of them, actually. But I love them. They're my brothers. Even to the point that every time I get with them, I have a new phone and the phone get cracked somehow. But they're my boys and I love them, you know. I just want to do more at 50. I don't want to be that dude that is at the end of his life and saying, damn, I didn't live. I see motherfuckers in that goddamn rest home. Many of them didn't have a life. Regrets, anger, depression, insanity. I ain't with my daughter. She living a life. I can't. Because when I try to save money, I can't. You want to know why? Because of bills. I never forget last month, we had all the bills I thought we had to be paid, and all of a sudden the electricity bill was not paid, which threw everything else off for the next month. Get tired of that. Sometimes you like the shit just to be paid. You can just chill and relax and not worry about shit. But once again, the world don't allow us to do that. Why? Because if we in a matrix, as my man Billy Carson them say, I'm in the fucked up one. I'm not in the good one. He's in the good matrix. You want to know why? Because he gets to go see all these places. He found a way to make millions and become known, respected worldwide. I would like to have that. To be known as one of the most intelligent people in your field. To be known as a scholar. To be known, you know? Like, I would love to go to Egypt. It's a lot of places I would like to go in life. Like, I was just, my homegirl, Big Jordan, she went to Dominican Republic. She's about to go to Jamaica. She's about to go to Miami. It's like, I want to go to Azaka, Chicago. Someone asked me about, are you going to go to Azaka, D.C.? I don't have Azaka, D.C. money, and that's closer than Azaka, Chicago. But I like to go to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago and to go to Azaka. Maybe I can get a couple interviews, this, that, and third. But see, the problem is not making enough money to save enough money in order to do so. It's not about discipline. It's about having the money. And then when I do try to save money, no, it gets took. Because of bills, groceries, everything else. Now, I know what y'all saying because y'all see it said, well, you back Kamala and we had inflation during Kamala and this, that, and third. But I hate to tell you this, it wasn't Kamala and Biden that brought this inflation. It was Trump's administration that brought it. Once again, people don't understand the government. They don't understand the laws, which is going to bring me to the next subject I'm about to get into. And understand this, if Trump had eight years, it'd be different. He had 4 years. Those 4 years, he did a lot of damage. And the pandemic hit. Do you realize the pandemic wasn't over till 2 years into Biden's administration? So shit was going to be fucked up going into the election to begin with. Some of the policy, even the policy that she signed off on, if you notice, has been bringing the inflation down, but we're not going to see it because it hasn't trickled down to the middle class yet. It hasn't trickled down to us, the blue collar. Also, y'all forget that there might be federal regulations, but there's also stateside shit that prevents us from seeing the benefits of inflation going down. See, people don't think about that neither. You do have a state tax that you got to pay. A lot of the stuff that happens with inflation is not a federal level. It's on the state level. But see, because a lot of you fuckers didn't pay attention to civics class in 9th grade, or take the time out to actually Google some stuff, you'd be surprised. Like, for example, I was listening to Eddie Griffin, and I already know who Eddie Griffin going to vote for. He's going to vote for Trump. And that's fine. But my thing of it is use your platform to educate. You was calling Kamala Harris a liar. Okay, what she was lying about? I sat there and listened. I actually listened to see what you say she lied about. You didn't ever say. This is what I mean by these black comedians, these black celebrities who got these platforms that want to speak on shit they ain't got no fucking knowledge on. Actually, I wish I would stick to just talk about comedy. Bitch about the comedians that hate on you. Some of you motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up. Some of you motherfuckers couldn't even explain why Puff Daddy was even arrested or was charged with a RICO case. Because none of you even know what a RICO case is. You don't understand what the law is for sex trafficking, drug trafficking, or any of that shit. But y'all love speaking on shit y'all have no knowledge on. Yeah, I was waiting for Mr. Eddie Griffin to tell me what did she lie about. I seen Trump lie more than I ever heard Kamala, but Kamala is what we call come liar. Well, what did she come lie about, Mr. Comedian? Are you just saying this shit so you can get more traction on your YouTube page? Because apparently you ain't getting much work in the comedian side of things. I ain't heard you do any tours. I heard people walk out on your goddamn shit. And I'm a fan. But it's a bigger epidemic of black people talking on shit they don't understand. And they don't get, nor are they willing to take the time out to go research it. Y'all don't even take the time to go research. Y'all quick to talk about it. I know what the fuck a RICO is. Nigga, I did the research. I did the research. The RICO originally was made to take down the mafia. And then it's expanded to black folk. It was a way to take down a criminal boss who is insulated by his soldiers and has not done a crime hand to hand. He just orchestrated it. Now, how did it stretch to him? He used his business as a guide to hide many of his criminal activity. That's a RICO, dummies. He wasn't flying out bitches to fuck. He was flying out prostitutes. That's sex trafficking. When you move a prostitute from state to state, whether you a pimp or whether you the motherfucker buying them. R. Kelly, you want to know why he got federal charges? Because he was taking them young girls across the county, across county lines, state lines, and country lines. And the federal thing of consent is 18, not 17. Some states it is. That's why he got a federal charge, not much state. When you put a female in a cage without her consent, motherfucker, that's kidnapping. I was listening to Flip, right? And I love Flip, but he just dumb with the rest of them. Cause I don't get it. You know, with my girlfriend, you know, when I grab her, tell she ain't gonna leave this and that. Nigga, nigga, that's kidnapping. If she says she wanna leave, you let her go. Now, if she called the cops on your ass and say he wouldn't let me leave, guess what they're gonna charge your ass with? Kidnapping, which is a federal offense. This is a new day, nigga. This ain't 1924. It's not 1924. This is not the 90s. This is not. Hold on, like my blunt. We're in an era where it's more sensitive. We're in an era where motherfuckers care more than they ever had before. And we also in an era where we're shown more. We are seen more. We hear more. And we just had, which I'm not surprised with this guy, racist motherfucker. The guy that's running for governor, the black guy that's running for governor for North Carolina. I ain't even talked about him because he's not even worth my conversation. But they found him talking about some black Nazi shit on Twitter. So out of all the people the Republicans picked to run for the state governorship, y'all picked this dumbass nigga. And they're going to, of course, blame him for losing North Carolina for Trump, but Trump was going to lose it anyway. But my point being is, we as black people need to become more educated on things and stop depending on the Dr. Umars, the Eddie Griffins to tell us what it is. Because them two motherfuckers don't even know the law their damn self. But yet, Dr. Umar calls himself a scholar. Last I checked, scholars know shit. Eddie Griffin is just a fucking comedian. He is comedy and entertainment. Just like that video where Alexa, where the dude, Jeff Bezos, asks Alexis, you know, why should I not vote for Trump? And she gave every reason. He asked why I shouldn't vote for Kamala. I don't believe that shit. That shit was faked, nigga. But dumbass Eddie Griffin post that video like it's real. You know how much fake information is going around in this goddamn election, man? I just saw a commercial of motherfucker talking about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's gonna take away menthol cigarettes, but legalize weed. So how they supposed to make me not want to vote for Kamala? Because she's taking away menthol cigarettes? I'm smoking menthol cigarettes now. Actually, didn't they took menthols out of Newport? That's what I mean. We don't research, no, we don't look. You hear people sit here and talk about that Trump, the gas prices was lower, inflation was down, people getting houses. No, motherfucker, rent was still high then. The only difference between the rent then and the rent now is we in a different presidency. It was high then. Every time my lease was renewed, I had to pay an extra $100 to $200 in fucking rent. And that was under Trump, before the pandemic. But here's the funny part. Trump didn't tell the renters don't don't evict anybody. I'm sorry. Trump didn't ask the electricity people not to cut off electricity and water. No. That didn't happen till Biden got in office. But black people forgot that. How many of you motherfuckers were behind in rent and Biden saved your ass from being evicted and you ain't had the money to get a new apartment? Now, as soon as that rent moratorium went up, I wasn't the first one had to goddamn move. Some of y'all motherfuckers got that stimulus check, didn't pay the rent. And swear up and down it was Trump that gave it the check. No, actually, the check happened underneath Biden. Y'all do recall that the election was during the pandemic. See, the problem is, once again, y'all like regurgitating shit that other people say instead of you being smart and going to research what they say to see if it's legit. Some of y'all dumb motherfuckers listen to goddamn dumbass Amber Rose. This whole bitch is goddamn fucking married men. Stop playing. Y'all sitting there and listen to her ass. She ain't even researching. She just got the bag. And it's funny how everyone want to sit here and say, these people got a bag, these people got a bag, these people got a bag. Well, I can say not everybody got a bag for supporting their person. I don't knock anyone that supports Trump. I just asked to show me how Trump would make a better president. That's all I asked. I've been told y'all, when Trump first ran, I had no issue with his policies. I just had an issue with the man. Because I just felt that he would not make a good president because he has no experience in politics. And it fucking showed. Now, if he had more experience in politics or had held a public office or even been governor of New York, I would have had no issue. I might would have voted for the son bitch. But when you doing the shit that Trump do, how the fuck you expect to get my vote? And I looked up his policies. I looked up Kamala policies. And I like her policies better. Y'all don't even know what a tariff is. But swear up and down, inflation gonna rise when she get in office. You understand that tariff is going to make everything skyrocket? From groceries to oil, because a tariff is placed on international products that are brought into the United States. They tax the countries that bring them in. So guess what the countries do? They charge the corporations that move the product more to move it. Then the corporation charges the places that they move it to and where they sell it at more to sell it. And guess who ends up paying the most to buy it? We do. Now, how the fuck I know all this about tariff? Oh, because I looked the shit up. I actually took time out and Google. You can Google tariff. Tariff. Google. Trump keeps saying, well, it's China, China, China. You want to know who's making us spend the most money? Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia. Because we got oil reserves, don't use them. But we pay them motherfucking goddamn Arabs a goddamn arm and a leg for theirs. We don't get some of our food from America. And then you got, if they legalize weed, you know how many jobs will be created? Because somebody got to grow it, somebody got to sell it. Guess who against legalizing weed? Republicans. And that's a fact. Look it up. So all the shit y'all care about, Republicans don't, but yet y'all want to vote for them. All the stuff I even heard black Republicans talk about, your party ain't even for it. Don't get it twisted. There's some good Republicans that I'm not even for. I probably would have voted for. I would have voted for Nikki Haley to a certain extent. Yeah. Kind of like the shit she was talking about. I like Pence. Like the shit he was talking about. The only thing I disagreed, the main thing I disagreed with was the reproductive rights shit. Now, I feel a woman should have rights to her body, goddammit. But we done use and abuse that motherfucker so damn much, she might as well have it. We sexualize them, why not? The problem is that I think we get mad when other races disrespect us, right? But we disrespect ourselves by the shit that we say. We can't do what white people do. White people can say crazy, outlandish shit and it ain't a big deal. We say it's a big deal. Candace Owens is one of my main. Candace Owens, it is amazing that she got a platform. It is amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. In the 80s, I don't think she would even had a platform, dog. And she say the dumbest shit. But y'all let her come on your show. Y'all do videos about it. Yeah, I know it's great for content. But you see my point. We need to become smarter as a race. I ain't talking about white people. I ain't talking about people in general. In a race, as a race. You want to know why the Jews get over? They understand the laws. They understand how things work. They understand how the government works. The Chinese, the Asian, they understand how it works. African Americans, we don't understand shit. Y'all see and say, well, no, because it's a system built for them. Well, motherfucker, they still learn the system. They know the rules of the system. Once you learn the rules, then you can manipulate the system for your benefit. But if you don't know the rules, you can't manipulate shit. That's why we ain't achieved nothing. That's why we can't get ahead in the music business. Because you want to know why? None of you fuckers learned it. And what the people in power learned, they learned from the white man. And they did exactly what the white man did. Fuck over everybody. Instead of building it to where it benefits everybody. Think about that. Smoke that over for a minute. The whole point is, for me to change the game, I must learn the game. Once I learn the game, I must master the game. Then once I master the game, now I can change the game to benefit me and whomever I want it to benefit. But if I never learn the game, I can't master the game and I can never change the game. Y'all want to change the game, but ain't learned shit from it. And then get mad when the game don't work for you. Because you ain't learned the rules in order for you to break them. You know what? The smartest criminal is a criminal that don't get caught. I'm giving you a perfect example. We done had every movie about every black gangster there is except for Frank Matthews. You want to know why? Because he was the only one that got the fuck away. He made bail and never came back and never looked back. The closest thing we got is this TV show now called Friday Nights, and they didn't even mention that Samuel Jackson is playing Frank Matthews. Why? We know about Muhammad Ali. We know about Don. Why y'all didn't mention about Frank Matthews? Why have there not been a show or a movie made about Frank? You want to know why? Because he was smarter. He was a smart enough nigga to get the fuck away. Yeah, they were going to highlight Frank Lucas because Frank Lucas got caught and he snitched. Yeah, they're going to highlight what's his damn name? Nicky Barnes because he got caught and he snitched. Yeah, they're going to highlight AZ and Alpo and all them because Rich Poor got killed by Alpo. Alpo got caught and put in prison. And AZ got shot and almost died. You got Carlo Gambino. I use white people. Carlo Gambino. Has there been a movie made about Carlo Gambino? The only mob boss that actually died of natural causes of old age, never really going to jail like that. Never been prosecuted for him being a mob boss. No, you will never see that movie. You want to know why? Because he got away with it. The problem is it's got to be a balance. You got to show both sides of it. Just like politics. People talking about how many times Kamala busted people. And this, that, and the third. She was a prosecutor, idiot. That was her job. Y'all sit here and defend this nigga when it comes to his real estate practices. Y'all defend Trump for everything he done racist. But then you want to chastise her for putting people behind bars, which was her goddamn job to begin with. She can't help that she prosecuted a bunch of black folk. Them were the motherfuckers that was doing the crimes. And let me make this clear. A AG don't release anybody. The governor does. The state senate does. So y'all sat here and said, which was a lie, where she was against all these people they were going to release who had marijuana charges with non-violent offenders. I don't think they even asked her. Because she wasn't the one that probably blocked it. It was the governor. It was the Senate. Even the attorney general, she's a state attorney general. She ain't the boss. But once again, if y'all knew the law and actually studied and researched and actually did something which is called read, and nowadays, the hell, you can get an audio book, you can listen to it. But we don't want to research. It's just like the Bible. You don't want to read the Bible, you want the preacher to tell you the Bible every Sunday. You won't believe that Sodom and Gomorrah was because a bunch of dudes getting butt fucked. That's why God destroyed it. Not that technically it was in the midst of a war and it was one of the cities that got completely destroyed by a nuclear bomb sent by the people who consider them gods. Well, I'm just made to put you Christians mad. But yeah. Because I don't believe God is going to blow up a city. What do you need to do that for? But if you go and look up some of the Anunnaki shit, Bill Carson, and there's a couple of these channels on YouTube, you might be enlightened. I'm not saying they ain't a God, but what you consider God, that's not God. But I don't want to get into no religious conversation right now. But that's the difference. Why did black people, for the longest, not know our history? Because we didn't go researching. Now, granted, we might have been held back from researching it, but when we got the opportunity, we didn't research it. We didn't understand Timbuktu and how it was the greatest university in ancient times. We didn't realize that the richest man in the world was a black man in Africa. We didn't realize that Benjamin Banneker was the one that created Washington, D.C. He the one that made the city. He made the blueprints for the city. Y'all don't even know that a black man made the cotton gin and just had the shit stolen from him. Y'all don't even know a black man invented Jack Daniels. Wanna know how I know all this? It's called fucking research. Because even if I heard someone say that, I went and looked it up my goddamn self to make sure that I'm hearing right. Because me, myself, when I come on here, if I'm going to talk about something, I want to at least have some decent knowledge or bring some on that do have the knowledge. I'm not just going to just say shit out the side of my neck and think it's cool. Because I believe that my platform, even though I discuss porn, does change and shape people's minds and thoughts and opinions. I'd rather give them facts and truth than give them bullshit. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm just here to give you the facts and the thoughts. You can vote for whoever the fuck you want. You can fuck whoever the fuck you want. You can vote for Trump. I'm gonna be real with you. I know I'm gonna be straight even if Trump in office. I'm just gonna hate to see that nigga every day. And I'm gonna get tired of all y'all complaining about Trump. The same motherfucker that voted him in, the same one that's in talking about some, oh, God, calm a lie. I guarantee you that Eddie Griffin, let me say this, and that's if you even listen to the podcast. Eddie Griffin, if Trump get in office, you bet not make one video trashing that nigga. You bet not say one word about Trump when he do something off the wall and fucked up. Because you want to know why? Because I didn't hear that same fervor for Trump that you gave for Kamala. Why? Because she a black woman. You don't want to see a black woman in office. That's what the real reason is. Now I'm done. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke that over. And don't forget to subscribe to Premium Smoke Room and subscribe to my Spotify subscription side for Savage Smoke. Links in the description. Deuces.